The first principle is basically why people take position, because from the outward, they have to look what they have to look very strong, right? Unless and until you have that relationship with that individual, you will never be in a position to understand their underlying interest. But for us as a collaborative negotiator, now we are assuming that you are getting promoted, you are no longer dealing with transactional suppliers. You are getting into that strategic supplier base where you are focusing your attention on 20% of supplier, managing 80% of your spend. Now your interest would be, why supplier is acting in this particular manner, right? Okay. Now people, particularly untrained negotiators, tend to become personally involved with the issue. They start putting lot of their personal ego, personal status. They get very personal with everything that they do. Untrained negotiator and the respectable, they are either expected to take, okay, they feel resistance to their position as a personal. How can you talk to me like that? They take everything very personally. For them, procurement is not the field. If you are so emotional about stuff, if you are very personal, very touchy, then HR, human resources, procurement, marketing, all these things, your field should not be chosen. Something to do with data, something to do with software programming, you do it, send it to somebody, they will review it, they will send it to a program manager, whatever. That should be somebody's field. If you do not like people, procurement is not the game, because now it is all about empathy. It is all about listening. It is all about how do you manage a particular stakeholder, which is also a supplier. Like we understand warmth with the people and basically tough with the situation. Tough means I'm focused, I am rigorous, I am analytical, I'm logical, I am also very, I don't take things as is, right? Trust is what? Trust is basically I am putting some kind of evaluation, some kind of evidence, and then I am trusting, right? And easy. Warm with person, tough on the warm with person is I know you are a human being, right? That is, I'm not dealing with a, a, a creature from other planet. I'm warm with the person, but I'm on the contrary tough with the issue as well. I don't get distracted. Being warm means, I let me just take him easily. No, I am also tough on the issue, but warm with the people. Okay. Criticism, inefficient stubbornness, winning at the expense of other parties' interest should not be our only my interest. Only my interest. I need to get that price. I need this. If that kind of approach comes, then nobody would be interested to deal with you, right? Okay. We understand we are negotiating on behalf of, we need to be careful not to disrespect the other party. Depersonalizing the situation, accepting that the subject matter of the negotiation and not the people should be the focus, can be difficult for subject matter of the what is the subject matter of the negotiation, not the people, should be the focus of for until what is the issue at hand should be the focus. Okay. Knowing the other party personally, negotiation becomes difficult. Separating the people from the position becomes difficult. Separating the people and the position becomes difficult. There's a reason we have separate procurement. Okay, why do supplier and business are in very close relationship with one another? So I told you business, procurement, and then the supplier. So business and supplier are always together. Procurement becomes an outsider sometimes. Because business are, if I lose this supplier, what will happen to my operations? What will happen to my continuity of supply? That's why They will say, business will say, please deal with my procurement team on price, on terms and conditions, on every other aspect other than specification. Specification will come to me, but other than everything else, please deal with my procurement team because they manage it. That's why we have a procurement team, because they are evidence based, they are data driven, they are not emotional. That is what the expectation is. Okay. Okay. Now, solution is what? Empathy, empathy, empathy. Putting yourselves in somebody else's shoes.
Mm.
Can you practice it? I don't know. You have to evaluate that. Don't let your fear of things come in the way. Or if I'm not tough on every side of it, I will not get my way out. No, don't let your fear of things come in the way. Don't do your blame game with your supplier. Use expressions, apologize to remove tensions. Okay, sometimes buyers are so tough that suppliers feel that it's very difficult to deal with this particular buyer.
Mm.
Culture of openness. When you are dealing with a collaborative, when you are dealing with a supplier who is basically on the extreme end of the relationship spectrum, you will have to do a lot of information sharing. If you are very closed, if you do not share information, the relationship will collapse. Make it clear that you're listening. Okay. Second, focus on interest, not positions, right? What is the underlying interest?
Mm.
They are saying that I need 10% inflated price next year or the coming year, right? What is the underlying interest? Maybe that is not even a set percentage, but they are saying that they need to cover their cost. They need to basically make more profits because they were giving us a very reduced amount at the start of the agreement. Maybe that would be one of the reasons. Now they are trying to cover the cost. Now they are completely dependent on this particular supplier. So what is happening is basically you are trying to understand what is the underlying interest, right? That they, yeah. So they are okay. Positions are public things. Positions, I can see a position, right?
Mm.
Like I've told you before, I can see a position that I want to earn money. Abdul's example, I want to earn money. Earn money, why? He needs to buy a Mercedes Maybach. He needs to have better quality of life. He needs to basically get into a,
No relief.
yes, right? So that is the position which is very public in nature. But interest are three, four interests. Interest are, he is going from India all the way till Saudi, leaving the comforts of his life and getting into probably a 1 BHK, sharing his room, and in a company where things can be better.
Yeah.
Learning Cips. Why? Because he needs a better organization to come with or to work with, right? Okay. So, what is a position that basically suppliers come up with? They come up with demands, they come up with
Mm.
minimum requirements. This is my minimum requirement. Policy red line. You know what? My policy says I cannot do certain things. Quantitative targets. I need 10% or other specific stated aims. This is my 1, 2, 3, 4. Very obvious, very
Mm.
public. They are put forward as definite positions, very definite. For example, we must increase our price by 10%.
10%.
They tend to be more flexible in, they are flexible. If they call up their CEO, right? They'll say, "Arey, for this particular customer, we can always be more flexible."
Yeah.
Right? They can always be flexible, and these positions are flexible in nature, right? Okay. Now Abdul says that no, no, I have to go to Saudi, I have to make it. But sometimes the health won't allow him to go. He will have to be with the family,
Yeah.
right? So these positions are what? Are flexible in nature, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
Interest are the underlying needs. that people have that drive their positions, and they tend to be more enduring, overarching, and ultimately more useful to uncover and focus on. Why do you go on your morning runs? Why do you exercise? Is why the position is I go 7 o'clock, 7:30, I do a run, I do a weight training program, I do calisthenics, I do pilates, whatever that may be. Why do I do that? Is because doctor has told me your BP is at 140 by 90. You will have heart related problems in the future. That is the underlying interest, that probably because of which somebody is going for morning walks,
Mm.
weight training, and all those circus that we do in life, right? Okay.
Yep.
So for you as a buyer, it is very important to uncover what? Abdul?
Interest.
Very good. Okay. It is essential to uncover the other party's underlying interest in order to understand why they are taking a particular position. This cannot happen on a 5 minute conversation.
Yeah.
You have to talk. You have to talk. And then at one point of time, you will start understanding, oh my God, these are the interests that people have at the back of their mind, right? Even if you speak to your friend, now you're all the way coming from Saudi and you're asking some friends, you will not come to know why are they taking certain positions. But then when you sit with them over a cup of coffee or dinner or whatever that may be, then you understand that, oh, there are a lot of interest why they are taking a position. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. Anything that we have to specifically concentrate on? Ah, yeah. Skilled negotiators spend time and effort working out what the other party's real interest are, and less interested in position they take. I'm not concerned about your position. Let's talk. Why are you taking the 10% target?
Interest. Yeah.
Why are you saying that this policy is I cannot do away with? Why are you making that demand? Why are you giving me this minimum requirement? Let's uncover that. Let's talk. And then we talk about, okay,
Price.
bargaining mix.
Mm.
This is my bargaining. What can I give and what can I take?
Take.
Okay. Okay. Invent options for mutual gains. Now, like we spoke about bargaining mix, invent options. Okay. You cannot trade on this. Then let's talk about what are the other things that probably we can trade on.
Readables. Yeah.
Bring more options in your
Mm.
bargaining, in your negotiation, in your conversation, right? So what we will understand is the first showstopper was never a showstopper. When
Mm.
we generate options, we park that and then we move on, and then we understand that this first step was never a showstopper. Why people take a specific position, separating your position, separating your issue from the person, and then generate option. And last but not the least is basically the objective criteria. The
Objective.
first, it should have been the objective criteria first, then separating people from the problem, then probably inventing options, and
Mm.
then last but not the least is basically why people take certain positions, and then you can structure it the way you want them. Like I've told you before, you can structure the
Mm.
whole principle, but it is important that you remember the principle, right? Objective. What is the objective criteria of the bill? Why is he taking a position and an interest? Okay. Are there any other options that he can think of? And last but not the least, okay, let's now try to get some solution. I'm going to keep Abdul aside, but focus on the subject matter. So you have to create your own. There are four principles. You can create your sub principles also, but it is important you create principles. Okay. ठीक है. चलो. Any questions? I think we have
No,
done this
this is fine.
this is fine. Okay. Okay. Distributive is simple to implement. Okay. Because what? Price, maybe lead time, maybe terms and conditions, maybe some one or two points would be the only variable that we have to discuss. Right?
Hmm.
Pie is fixed. There
Hmm.
is, I cannot enlarge the pie. Relationship is what? Adversarial, arm's length, transactional. I need the bigger pie.
Price.
मैं छोटा भाई हूं, मुझे बड़ा
प्राइस चाहिए,
बड़ा
मतलब बड़ा पाई चाहिए।
बड़ा बड़ा केक चाहिए,
हम्म।
बड़ा बड़ा पीस केक चाहिए. Zero, I don't care. Zero sum, win lose. Okay, I don't care. Giving less, मैं
हम्म।
नहीं दूंगा. Give up something very अच्छे से थोड़ा कुछ दे दूंगा मैं. Win lose is not inferior in comparison to. Okay, win lose is not inferior. What does that mean? Which means that sometimes we have to apply this kind of
बार्गेनिंग।
negotiation
हम्म।
negotiation strategy. Okay, honest approach when the other party is also not interested. Okay, please apply this principle big time. Okay.
Yeah.
Common examples are property deal, price is the only variant, trade union, right? Government budgets, right? Municipality and all those where you have to get the maximum budget in your kitty. Okay. ये मैंने स्लाइड भेजा है अब जस्ट इन
हम्म।
केस नॉट ओके. Distributive, one must win. Guiding principle is what? Win.
एंड लूज।
Keep interest. What is my interest? I will keep it absolutely confidential. Why do
ओके।
you want to know? Why do you want to know? I will know. I am. That is none of your business because my tonality of the language. It is pretty rude. It is pretty
हाँ।
warful. War.
बार।
It's like, information sharing absolutely very minimal for somebody. The relationship that we have, I know personal information about you. You know personal information about me. See
हम्म।
the information level. It's now transferring from initially it was a transactional, tactical.
हम्म।
Now it is turning out to be a strategic relationship, right?
हाँ।
Okay, several issues at a time. Now several issues, two paper, understood the concept. Now I have to make that concept my own. Third, we are going to tackle. So three done, eight में से तीन खत्म होने जा रहा है, तीसरा भी चालू करेंगे.
हम्म।
सेवरल इश्यूज एट हैंड, वन एट ए टाइम. अरे भाई एक पेपर दे, देखते हैं कैसे होता है. ओके, नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू डू व्हाट? सॉल्यूशंस आर गोइंग टू बी क्रिएटिव. ओके, वी डिड some mistakes. Those mistakes we don't know what are those mistakes,
हम्म।
but we are going to be little more creative that we lost 7 marks from the paper. Okay. So now I'm going to task you with something, Abdul. Okay. And then let's go to 3.4. 3.4, 3.4 reflection, right? Reflection mein, I want you to create a document for me. Okay. What went right, what went wrong, and what can we do to improve so that we don't see failure, at least on Cips, because you are partnering with me. Because it's going to be a long-term relationship, at least till
ओके।
level 4. Okay. Chalo. This is basically your uh, this is your 1.2. Okay. Now let's go to your textbook. Just give me a note. You did a Batna process, you did a Zopa process, you did all the bargaining mix, all those things. You did the steps of a negotiation. You did a persuasion, influencing, you understood the tactical ploy, you understood verbal, non-verbal, everything you did, and you came to a conclusion. Now the team leader says, let's do a reflection activity. What is a reflection activity? Is basically sit down and discuss about, okay, what went right, what went
What went
wrong,
wrong?
right? Now, many of our personal side of it, we do not want to reflect. I understood what. We do not document what really went wrong. Went well, so everybody is happy. The team is saying, "Arey, you did an excellent job there." What did not go well? Nobody wants to plan, nobody wants to even transfer that in the next negotiation call.
Correct.
So, this whole process around reflection is absolutely the most important bit if you want to become a successful negotiator. Correct? Okay. Now, this is all about negotiation, and you, if you become, if you, if you, if you want to improve as a commercial negotiator, you have to ensure that you have a reflection process. It is very good if somebody listens to you. Okay, this is the things that went well, this is the things that did not go well, right? If you do your self analysis, or if you ask the supplier to do your self analysis, it may be a possibility that you are biased, or you are basically you are saying that, Arey, yaar, my situation was such that I couldn't implement certain things. But if somebody in a team, you know that, okay, how do I improve in every step of my negotiation? Okay. There are 4 or 5 points. Okay. Benefits of reflection. Reflection makes participants more focused. Why? Because I know that reflection means what? It's a feedback gathering process. My promotion may get halted. My position also may get compromised. So I'm all the more focused, right? Lessons can be learned regarding what tactics worked and what did not work. Participants get an opportunity to air their thoughts openly with colleagues. Participants get an opportunity. So participants, सब लोग 4-5 लोग मिलके होके बात, अरे यार तू ऐसा बोलना चाहिए था, तू ऐसा कर सकते थे, हम लोग ऐसा कर सकते थे, अरे नेक्स्ट टाइम हम लोग ऐसा करेंगे. ओके. स्ट्रेंथ एंड वीकनेसेस ऑफ द नेगोशिएशन स्ट्रेटजी, राइट? हम लोग ने देखो, तो स्ट्रेटजी बनाना जरूरी है. अभी सिप्स का ये पेपर अभी अप्रोच कर रहे हैं, हम लोग सेकंड टाइम अप्रोच कर रहे हैं. एक स्ट्रेटेजी के बिना जाएंगे तो वापस 63-64 में अटकने का चांसेस है. अभी क्या है, हम लोग रिफ्लेक्शन प्रोसेस हम लोग करने वाले हैं. फॉर दैट आई नीड योर हेल्प. यू आर गोइंग टू पुट डाउन what were the things that went well, what were the things that did not go well, how did we strategize, what strategies worked, what did not work, why did we end up at 63, is what you will bring on a piece of paper next time when we meet. Okay. Now, strength and weakness regarding individual team. Okay, our team skills, is it working, not working? Individual, अरे मुझे एग्जाम के वीक में अगर मैं ट्रैवल नहीं करता था तो मेरे ख्याल से मेरे को 7 मार्क एडिशनल मिल जाता था. आई डोंट नो. ओके, आई डोंट नो. मे बी सेल्फ इंट्रोस्पेक्ट अगर मैं सब्जेक्ट के ऊपर और करता था तो मेरे ख्याल से मेरे को 7-8 मार्क और मिल जाता था. पास तो कंप्लीट में हो जाता था. अभी मेरा एम पास होने का नहीं है. अभी मेरा एम जो है, यू आर डीलिंग विद एन एक्सपर्ट नेगोशिएटर. My aim is not 70 anymore. My aim is 80, 90,
90.
or even 100, because answer is very binary. There is no, it's not written. Okay. Negotiation is a skill, and reflections on the experience can improve performance in future. It can improve your performance, and that is with everything. If you have a reflection process in your daily life,
mm,
how did the okay, first of all, did you plan? If you have not planned, then forget about reflection. That's why what people do is people plan the previous day, their life.
mm,
Because we are not animals, we are not reactive, we are proactive.
mm,
We are going to plan our life, and every day we are going to reflect, okay, there are five things I planned, only three I could accomplish. Then I know the next day, okay, if I plan for five, my capability is basically only accomplishing three based on complex, based on medium, and based on easy. Okay, are there any admin stuff that I can manage? Are there any complex stuff that studying SIPs is complex? I need 3 4 hours to sit with the subject, understand, comprehend, summarize, put it in my head. I cannot have WhatsApp, I cannot have videos, I cannot have all the other things going on in my life. I need concentrated 3 hours, which means I may have to switch and go to some place where I can get peace and study for 3 hours straight and come back home and then do my usual entertainment activities. Right? Reflection assist current लीडर्स अरे भाई समझ में आ गया ये फ्यूचर लीडर मेरा हो सकता है कि नहीं या तो ये बंदा नॉर्मली है अ, उसको कमर्शियल नेगोशिएशन में लेवरेज करो और लेट्स आइडेंटिफाई somebody else. Okay. Ah, okay. Process. Did we keep to okay. Did we keep to agreed team roles? Okay, agreed team roles: chairperson, chief negotiator, SME, scribe, नोट टेकर, फलाना ठिकाना. ये टीम मेंबर्स का रोल हम लोग ने डिसाइड किया था और वो
mm,
के हिसाब से उन लोग प्ले किए कि नहीं.
mm.
डिड वी कम्युनिकेट इफेक्टिवली विद इन टीम. टीम मेंबर लोग उठ के अरे ये तो हम लोग ने डिस्कस ही नहीं किया था, ये सप्लायर के आगे क्यों बोला हम लोग ने. Did we use an effective mixture of push? Push is what, Abdul? What is push?
इन्फ्लुएंस करना.
Push is influence?
मतलब क्या बोलते हैं.
What is push?
अभी माय बॉस कैन
So what is that? What is that?
इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं, ऑर्डर करना.
So what is that? Influence versus
परसुएसिव.
persuasion.
परसुएशन.
Exactly. Push is
परसुएशन.
persuasion. Pull is influence.
इन्फ्लुएंस.
Influence कैसा होता हूँ मैं यूट्यूब में जाता हूँ,
यूट्यूब में होता है.
अरे बंदा
यस.
जबरदस्त है मैं इसको फॉलो करूंगा. इन्फ्लुएंस ऑटोमेटिकली पुल. वो तेरे को कुछ तेरे से कभी मिला भी नहीं है, तेरे को कभी कुछ बोला भी नहीं है, भाई मेरे चैनल में आ, और ऑटोमेटिकली मैं जा रहा हूं उसके पास, वो पुल कर रहा है मेरे को. राइट. ओके. डिड वी प्रेजेंट विथ कॉन्फिडेंस. क्या हम लोग सीनियर्स को देख के थोड़ा डर गए थे. हाउ वाज माय बॉडी लैंग्वेज. मैं अपना दाढ़ी को ऐसा कर रहा था, मैं नीचे देख रहा था, मेरा बॉडी लैंग्वेज नीचे था क्या, कैसा था मेरा बॉडी लैंग्वेज. हाउ वाज माय नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन. वाज आई नर्वस, वाज आई फिजिटिंग विथ माय फोन. See, all these are introspection. Did we ask the right questions? Open-ended questions, close-ended questions, hypothetical questions. Did we
मल्टीपल.
ask all the right questions or not? How did we respond to questions? Some information you cannot just give it out. You have to ensure that you keep it very on the surface level. Any lessons for next time? Okay. Process. Did logistics work or play any influencing role? Logistics मतलब क्या, कौन सा जगह पे नेगोशिएशन रखे थे, कैसे वो पूरा काम किया, कितना इन्फ्लुएंस किया वो प्रोसेस. डिड एजेंडा एंड टाइमिंग. एजेंडा बनाया था, प्राइस डिस्कस करूंगा, परफॉर्मेंस डिस्कस करूंगा, फिर इनोवेशन क्या लेके आया वो डिस्कस करूंगा सप्लायर के साथ. वो बैठा टाइमिंग के हिसाब से कि नहीं. डिड द नेगोशिएशन गो थ्रू ऑल phases as planned. All phases मतलब ओपनिंग से लेकर क्लोजर तक. Did we use any tactical ploys? Good cop, bad cop, salami tactics, one last offer. Did we use any tactical ploys? If we reached agreement, did we get a written summary? Agree head of terms. If we reached agreement, did we get written summary? अरे भाई ये सब हम लोग ने डिस्कस किया. ये सारी चीजें हम लोग ने. आप करोगे, मैं करूंगा. Were there any surprises? Any lessons for next time? Okay. Object is, did we open well? अपना opening कैसा था? Did we irritate the other party? Okay. Did we get insights into key target areas? Key target areas, innovation, price, lead time, delivery, supply terms. अगर अपन ने ये सब सारी चीजें बैठ के प्लान ही नहीं की तो forget about. Did we get insights into target areas? Did we achieve our objectives? Did we stay within our trading? हम लोग ने ट्रेडिंग लिमिट्स बनाए थे, नहीं बनाए थे कि झगड़ा करने लग गए एक दूसरे के साथ. What did we give away? Did we stick to our concession plan bargaining mix? Did we agree next steps? Was everything covered? Any lessons for next time? अगर ये तीन जो है स्ट्रैटेजी बनाया अब्दुल, और ये तीन चीज तूने कर दी रिफ्लेक्शन प्रोसेस में, मैं बोलता हूं अब्दुल तेरे को है ना कोई नहीं हरा सकता है फिर एज अ कमर्शियल नेगोशिएटर. राइट. ओके. राइट. अभी नाउ द लास्ट इज बेसिकली ओके दिस. नाउ अब्दुल मेरे लिए एक डॉक्यूमेंट बना कल. ओके. what your negotiation subject and your supply relationship subject, रिव्यू पीरियड कल का नहीं तो आज का डेट डाल. ओके. उसमें लिख ऑब्जेक्टिव्स अचीव्ड नो, एंड देन यू कैन राइट योर नेम, कैटेगरी, नेगोशिएशन एंड एसआरएम. ओके. प्रिपरेशन स्टेज से लेकर एग्जामिनेशन स्टेज तक. ओके. Try to incorporate all these things. Okay. Try to incorporate all these things in your review process, reflection process, data and research, documentation. Okay. Then probably logistics issues. Right. Then अपन मैं कौन सा mental state से मैं अंदर गया. Right. फिर मैं कैसा questions को analyze किया. Okay. Put whatever you want. Put some points. Okay. And bring back a reflection process for me tomorrow. So this will basically be a reflection process. Okay. Can we continue, Abdul?
लेट हो गया सर.
हाँ लेट होगा. ठीक है, चलेगा. तो एक काम करते हैं अपन.